It's just not a role where you're going to have all the answers. And so there's always going to be ambiguity, whether you're not certain of which technology is best maybe to apply based on roadmap and things that are happening. Things are always changing rapidly. You don't have full visibility. There's just a lot that is always moving and changing.
Welcome to the Unspoken Wisdoms micro podcast with me, Rita, your go-to guide for your tech career journey. In this episode, we will be talking about what it takes to be a great customer success with our guest speaker, Svetlana Reznik, the worldwide customer success leader from Microsoft. Welcome to the show, Svetlana.
Thank you for having me, Rita.
Let's dive into the role of customer success, which is very crucial in creating win-win situation between business and its customer. Based on your experience and expertise, what are the top 3 skills required to excel in this?
Yeah, I think first is being able to embrace ambiguity, because we go through a lot of change. And so there's always a lot of ambiguity to figure things out. And I think the people who can be comfortable with that and figure out the path are happiest in role and most successful. Although I think that is true for every role, not necessarily just customer success, probably. Next, I would say is just being brave enough to be in uncomfortable situations, like, for example, when things aren't going well with our customers, being brave to ask questions that maybe you don't want to hear the answers to, so you can really get to a place of trust. And the only way I think to do that is to be able to have those uncomfortable, sometimes, conversations. And then the last one, I think it's really willing to take risks and live outside what is comfortable for yourself, because that's where the learning happens. And these are probably general to all roles, not just customer success. But I definitely have seen that the people who are successful in customer success are good at these things, at embracing ambiguity, being brave, and being comfortable and vulnerable to show that they don't know everything.
Can you elaborate more in the ambiguity part?
It's just not a role where you're going to have all the answers. And so there's always going to be ambiguity, whether you're not certain of which technology is best maybe to apply based on roadmap and things that are happening. Things are always changing rapidly. You don't have full visibility. There's just a lot that is always moving and changing. And so that's the ambiguity that I see.
And then coming to your second skills that you mentioned earlier is how to navigate the difficult conversation to the customer.
And so when I think about this, like in the context of how do you have those difficult conversations and be brave? Well, sometimes, it's making recommendations that the customers may not want to hear, right? Like it's sometimes saying like, hey, you're not building this in the most secure way possible. And, here's our recommendations and we want to help you, right? Because you want to make sure that they're successful. But that's what I mean about being brave, like to really be able to have those conversations.
In what kind of a situation that we need to step out of our comfort zone from our day-to-day role as a customer success?
So it depends on the individual and the skills that they're coming with. I think in general, what I see for a lot of CSAs in the field is they're very strong technically, and they invest a lot of time in constantly staying on top of technology. The ones who are really good at what they can also bridge to speaking to business leaders to really talk about how the technology helps them solve their business problems. And that's a different level of communication, of executive communication, executive presence, really showing business acumen and understanding what to communicate, when and how.
If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to click subscribe below. And remember, wisdom often comes in unspoken moments. This is Rita signing off from the Unspoken Wisdom.